This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, sure. So we have in seat 1, Samrat Sengupta, seat 2, Gilles Bourque, seat 3, Prasanth Abraham, and seat 4, Rajeev Bhattacharjee. Yeah, so usual rules, keep both your hands on screen always, and do not share questions for this after the quiz is over. Still, games are still to finish. And yeah, that's basically it. 30 seconds on the direct, 5 seconds on the pass. And without further ado, we'll just start off the questions. If you all can see my screen, yeah, I'll just start with Samrat. So this is your first question, Samrat. Right. Mohabbat Zindabad, Long Live Love is a pain to love penned by Shakil Badayuni, composed by Naushad, and sung by Mohammad Rafi, accompanied by a massive 100-member chorus. That featured in which landmark 1960 movie?
Mughal Azam.
Yeah, Mughal Azam is correct. This is your second question. Yeah. The South African festival takes the idiom "wear your heart on your sleeves" quite literally, where individuals pin paper hearts with the names of their lovers onto their sleeves. What is the festival called? A nod to an ancient Roman pastoral festival of fertility. The fact that the Roman festival happens in mid-February is one of the possible explanations for Valentine's being in February.
Carnival?
Not Carnival. Gilles?
Pass.
Passing to Prasanth.
You're asking for the South African festival here, right?
Yeah. Play passing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rajeev?
Passing.
Passing. So this is something called the
Bacchanalia.
Roman one is Lupercalia.
Yeah. So this is indeed Lupercalia was what is required here. The feast of Lupercal or Lupercalia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The South African is the same name, is it?
Yeah, it has the same name. Yeah. Gilles' first question.
Bad miss.
Yeah. Okay. Name of this hormone produced in the hypothalamus, sometimes referred to as the love hormone, for its association with romance, come from the initial discovery that it was associated with uterine contraction. It was thus derived from the ancient Greek for swift childbirth. What hormone, also the title of an acclaimed Billie Eilish song, is this?
Serotonin?
Not serotonin. Prasanth?
Close.
Passing to Rajeev.
Oh, I have two guesses. Okay, I will go with progesterone.
Not progesterone. Shaman.
Oxytocin or something.
Is lovely answer. This is indeed oxytocin. Yeah. So a good deal there. Gilles' second question.
I had two options.
What is my second option? Yeah, Rajeev, tumhara? Okay.
Yeah, oxytocin and progesterone. So I went with the first and not with oxytocin.
Okay.
Located next to the United States, Mexico was always going to be a prime destination for American honeymooners. And there is no better place to spend one's first vacation as a married couple than this place, located at the very tip of the Baja California Peninsula. What place or municipality whose name means the Capes in Spanish is this?
Yucatan.
Not Yucatan. Prasanth?
Los Cabos.
It is a lovely answer. Closer home, there is the Cabo de Rama in Goa as well. So yeah, Cabo for Capes. Good get. Prasanth, your first question. What two-word term was used to describe syphilis in medieval Britain? While the term is no longer used, you would know it through another disease that was named so specifically to distinguish it from syphilis.
Gentleman's disease.
Come again?
Gentleman's disease or gentleman's.
Incorrect. Gilles?
Pass.
Passing to Rajeev.
I think this is big pox. That's why smallpox and big pox comes in.
Okay. Prompt.
Central, that's fine, huh? Central, that's fine.
Okay, sure. Okay, I think that we'll give it to you. So yeah, great fox is what you were looking for. I think big fox is right. Yeah, to distinguish from the small fox. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the funda is there.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I was just checking the browser.
Nice now.
Yeah, good get there, Rajeev. Second question to Prashant. Claire von Harbour wrote the screenplay for a dystopian silent movie that exposed wide audiences to the first robotic femme fatale, Maria, also known as Machine Mensch. The movie, sharing its name with a fictional city and an Indian multinational diagnostic chain, was based on her novel and was directed by her husband. Who was the husband?
Fritz Lang.
Yeah, of course, Fritz Lang is indeed correct. Rajeev, that's first questions. इश्क ये सब दुनिया वाले बेकार की बातें हैं, पायल का घमों का इल्म नहीं, शंकार की बातें करते हैं. Oh love, these people of the world just talk nonsense. They have no clue of the pain anklets have. They just talk about their jingling. Look at the lyrics carefully and tell us what kind of song is this, the only example of in Mughal-e-Azam. It's synonymous with singers like Jagjit Singh, and the name possibly derives from a young, graceful doe, a female deer.
Ghazal.
Yes, indeed, Ghazal is correct. Yeah, your second question, Rajeev. The precise reason behind Takotsubo cardiomyopathy is not really known, but it is suspected that a surge in stress hormones like adrenaline essentially stuns the heart. It can happen after severe emotional stress, such as the loss of a loved one, which is why it is also known by what metaphorical name? Ten seconds.
I would say it doesn't make sense. I would say love struck.
Okay, passing to Gilles.
Pass.
Passing to Shamarda.
Pass.
Prashant. Passing. Okay, this is something even I missed on direct. I thought overthought it. This is the heartbreak syndrome.
Oh, love struck is very close to it.
Lovely question.
Even I thought that it could be something as simple as that. So even I passed on.
What
This.
a terrible miss.
Anyway, so after round one, we have three people on two, and Gilles yet to open account. Yeah, the early days. Shamrada's first question of round two. The relationship caused a scandal in party circles. He was nearly twice her age and married, and she was a bourgeois stage actress. Eventually, he was allowed to marry her, but she was forced to stay out of the public eye for 20 years. She came back with a vengeance and became a leader of the Cultural Revolution and Gang of Four. How do we better know her? Her many names include Jiangqing and Lanping, but we want to know her best known appellation.
This is Lady Mao, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, so then Lady Mao and Madam Mao is
Madam
there.
Mao,
Yeah. So Shamrat, the second question. Based on and sharing its name with a TED talk she gave on the ill effects of explicit content on people's ideas of sex, Cindy Gallup launched a platform for user-generated videos of real-world sex, differing by one word from a slogan associated with 1960s American counterculture. What is the full name of the platform, abbreviated as MLNT?
So
10 seconds.
like make love, not porn.
Is correct. Fine. You
Lovely
printed
answer,
out the just in
lovely
time there. Make love is correct indeed.
Yeah, I worked it out. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make
Questions
love,
are
not
out.
porn, right? Yeah. So that was the main.
Gilles, which herbal supplement in Chinese medicine derived from a living fossil is said to act as an aphrodisiac by relaxing blood vessels and increasing blood flow? The genus name is regarded as a misspelling of the Japanese pronunciation for silver apricot. As its leaves resembles the maidenhair fern, it is also known as the maidenhair tree. So which supplement?
Ginseng.
Come again?
Ginseng.
And pass to Prasanth.
Ginkgo.
This is ginkgo. Yeah, tough luck there. Gilles, this is ginkgo. Ginkgo leaves or ginkgo biloba.
Chinko.
Ginseng. So, Prashant, I think now it's Gilles' second question. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Peggy Carter is a British agent and is also the love interest of which superhero character? In the comics, she originally was a sister of this character's love interest, Sharon Carter.
Um,
10 seconds.
Black Panther.
Not Black Panther. Samantha
Captain America.
is indeed correct. Is indeed Captain America or Steve Rogers. Prashant, your questions. Robert Indiana's famous love sculptures are not directly related to love, but to Indiana's religious upbringing. He was raised in a religion founded by Mary Baker Eddy in 1879 and would often see the phrase God is love in churches as a child. What contradictory sounding religion inspired these famous sculptures?
Salvation.
Not Salvation Army. Gilles?
Pass.
Passing to Rajeev.
Passing.
Passing to Shamanta.
Pass.
So this is contrary to the religion called Christian Science or Christian Scientists. So yeah, Christian Science is the religion here. Prashant's second question. Which raging bull was subjected to a Valentine's Day demolition in 1951 by Sugar Ray Robinson in Chicago Stadium? On the sixth occasion, the two boxers went toe-to-toe. According to fellow boxer Ray Leonard, the duo were completely contrasting personalities who could be called boxing's odd couple. Yeah, this is indeed Jake LaMotta. Rajeev, that's first questions this round. While not commonly known to be an STD, which infectious disease caused by the HBV, a virus that is 50 to 100 times more infectious than HIV, also spreads through sexual contact, among other things. While most infected people do not display any symptoms, cirrhosis may develop in around 25% of people with a chronic form of this disease.
Syphilis.
Syphilis. Gilles?
The human butterfly virus.
Incorrect. Shamanta?
Hepatitis B virus, right?
Yes, this is indeed HBV being hepatitis B virus. Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, could get there. Rajeev is the second question. In Marvel movies, Vanessa is introduced as a prostitute who later becomes a love interest of which superhero character? In the comics, she appears as Copycat, but in the movie, she is killed by Sergei Valishnikov, a drug dealer.
Passing.
Okay, passing to Gilles.
Iron Man.
Not Iron Man. Prashant.
Yes.
Passing to Shamanta.
The Hulk.
Not Hulk. This is Deadpool. This is Deadpool, the version of Deadpool. So we're done with 2 rounds. We have Shamanta leading with 6, Prashant on 4, Rajeev down 2, and Gilles yet to open. Shamanta's first question of round 3. Which band's 1977 album Rumors is one of the most famous breakup albums of all time? This was especially so because at the time, singers Steve Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham were breaking up. The bassist and keyboardist had filed for divorce from each other, and the drummer had divorced his wife as well.
Oh my God. The Eagles.
Not Eagles. Gilles?
Fleetwood Mac.
This is indeed Fleetwood Mac. You open your account.
Nice.
And the second question. Located on 350 private and meticulously landscaped acres, Ireland's medieval Ashford Castle dates to the 13th century and is made for a truly fairy tale honeymoon experience, complete with afternoon tea, vital to every honeymoon, a romantic dining room, and an on-site spa. But in which Irish county in Connacht province that shares its name with a kind of condiment, shortened form? Can you find this castle?
It's central. I can't see the last line. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Thanks.
One second.
Oh my God. Ketch County. Ketch.
Good guess in there, no? Prasanth?
Ketchup.
Passing to Rajeev.
Passing.
Gilles.
Pass.
Passing. So this is any non-com guesses?
No.
This is called County Mayo, like short for mayonnaise.
Mayo.
Ah, okay.
Gilles' first question of this round. A plaque at Sally Port in Portsmouth commemorates the arrival in England in 1662 of which daughter of John IV, King of Portugal. She was sent off to marry King Charles II, King of England, Scotland, and Ireland. The marriage renewed the traditional Anglo-Portuguese alliance, ensuring that Bombay and Tangier ended up with the English as part of the bride's dowry.
Um,
10 seconds.
Isabella.
Not Isabella. Prashant?
Catherine.
Yeah. Catherine of Braganza is a lovely get there. Gilles' second question. The modern association of which animal with love and with certain festivities is via the Celtic goddess of fertility and of the spring equinox, Eostre. Most of us are familiar with the 20th century branding association chosen by the founders as it is a fresh animal, shy, vivacious, jumping, sexy.
Oh, darn. Let's go with sheep.
Sheep, you said?
Yes, sheep.
Incorrect. Rajeev?
Guessing. Is it the Playboy bunny, the bunny or the rabbit?
Yeah, bunny will give it to you, the Easter bunny, which like I associate with the Playboy bunny. Yeah.
Nice.
Good get on the pass there.
Playboy bunny.
Mm.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Prashant's questions here. April 23 has been celebrated in Catalonia as a sort of alternative to Valentine's Day since the 1920s. Called the Day of the Rose or the Day of the Book, the main event is the exchange of roses and books between sweethearts and loved ones. The festival pays tribute to the deaths of two great writers on April 23rd, one of them being William Shakespeare, who is the other.
Cervantes.
Yeah, this is indeed Cervantes. Prashant, your second. Soon after their hero achieved his first tour win in 1955, a new energy began to pulsate through the golfing world. Admiring golf fans rapidly transformed into passionate supporters who loved the way he played the game. What was the alliterative name of the supporters of this legendary American golfer who won 62 PGA Tours titles and 7 majors? Ten seconds.
Nicholas Nation.
Incorrect. Rajeev?
Passing.
Pass to Gilles.
Pass.
Passing to Samrat.
Pass.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the golfer being
Palmer.
Yeah.
Walter है क्या नहीं?
This is Arnold Palmer. So this is Arnie's army.
Oh, okay. Arnie.
Arnie's army. Yeah.
नहीं था.
Arnold's army also get this point here. Grudgingly, I'll bet. Yeah. Rajiv, the first questions. After the divorce, which country singer wrote the song Over You with Miranda Lambert? He then married Gwen Stefani in 2021, with whom he released Nobody But You. Interestingly, Stefani revealed that she did not know who he was before they became co-judges on the reality show The Voice.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I would say Ed Sheeran. I have no idea.
Sheeran. Gilles
Blake Shelton.
is a good answer there. This is indeed Blake Shelton. Rajiv, the second question. They met for the first time in 1944 at a gala held at the Luna Park Stadium in this country's capital for the victims of the San Juan earthquake. Their love blossomed after she organized massive demonstrations on October 17, 1945, today known as Loyalty Day, demanding his release from prison. 5 days later, they were married. 7 years later, she was dead and he was president. Who are they? Ten seconds.
Yeah, for lack of a better guess, Evita Peron.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. This is the Perrons. So Eva Perron and Juan Perron. Yeah, okay, we're done with 3 rounds here. Scores of 6, 2, 6, and 4. Yeah, we'll start with Chamrata for round 4. South Korean island was a popular honeymoon destination due to its warm climate and Cold War era restrictions on overseas travel. This popularity led to the creation of a love land in 2004 focused on the theme of sex, featuring 140 sculptures of humans in various sexual positions. Which island, the scene of a communist uprising in 1948-49, is this?
Shit. I know. I can't remember the name. Chegu or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Chegu or something. No,
Passing to Prasanth. Passing to Rajeev.
Passing.
Gilles.
Pass.
Shamanta was almost phonetically closer. This is Jeju. This is Jeju.
Jeju. Yeah.
That's why I sort of asked you to repeat your answer again.
Chegu. Yeah, you asked me also. Yeah, I could have just modified it.
Okay, Shamanta's second question. In the first stage of attraction, an area of the brain called the ventral tegmental area starts producing the chemical 3.4 dihydroxyethylamine. By what name is this chemical better known? A name that has nothing to do with drugs, but is just a shorter form of the name of the chemical itself.
Is it meth?
Meth is incorrect. Prashant? We'll have to pass you.
I passed it.
Yeah, Rajiv.
Guessing ecstasy.
Not ecstasy. Gilles?
Pass.
Passing. So, any guesses? Nope. This is dopamine.
Dope.
Oh, dopamine. Okay.
Moving on
Dope.
to
Dope.
Gilles' question. Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah. The virus HSV1 has been proposed as a possible cause for both Bell's palsy and Alzheimer's disease, but its most common manifestation is in the form of which STD that by most estimates affects at least a third of the global human population.
Um,
10 seconds.
gonorrhea.
Not gonorrhea. Prasanth?
Chlamydia.
Not chlamydia. Rajeev?
Is this syphilis?
Not syphilis either. Samrat?
Pass.
Passing, so one name to be missed. This is herpes. This is herpes or herpes simplex virus
Okay.
by HSV. Gilles' second question. Which football club suffered an embarrassing Valentine's Day slaughter in 2016 at the hands of Liverpool, an event that signaled the beginning of an 11-match pointless streak? This was one of their biggest defeats at home on Trinity Road, Birmingham. Among those criticized were the hapless manager Remy Gard and defender Jolion Lescott, whose motivation was questioned after he had tweeted a photo of a top-of-the-range sports car.
Let's go with Arsenal.
Not Arsenal. Prasanth?
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa is correct in Birmingham. Yeah, good get there. Prasanth, your direct question now. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Pepper Potts is the personal assistant and also regular love interest of which superhero character? In the second installment of the superheroes movie trilogy, she is introduced as the CEO of his business conglomerate.
Iron Man.
This one indeed is Iron Man. Yeah, second one to Prasanth. With towering volcanoes and stone temples, this island in Indonesia provides an unforgettable backdrop for any honeymoon. What island with Denpasar as its capital is this?
Bali.
Yeah, Bali is indeed correct. 2-1-2 there. Rajeev does 2 questions. Botticelli's Venus and Mars is a visual Roma clef depicting the real-life affair between Giuliano de' Medici and Simonetta Vespucci. Adjacent to Mars's head, which narrow-waisted insect of the order Hymenoptera did the artist introduce as a clever fauna symbolism to pay homage to his patron's affair? An Italian luxury brand of scooter manufactured by Piaggio shares the same etymological root. Seconds.
Vespa. So wasp.
Is a good get there. This is indeed wasp, which is Vespa
Nice.
in Italian. I take the second question. This term that literally means those infected by typhus disease is a reference to someone acting in a fevered manner. However, in the world of sports, this term refers to Italian supporters of football teams and the Ferrari F1 team. What term?
So typhoid, yellow fever.
Okay, incorrect. Shamarda?
Tifosi.
Yeah, this is indeed the Tifosi. The Tifosi. Yeah, so we're done with half the quiz. At midway, Shamarda on 7, Gilles on 2, Prasanth on 9, Rajeev on 5. Still close game there. Long way to go. Shamarda's first questions of round 5. When Rachel Donaldson fell in love and got married to a future American president, she was technically still married elsewhere. That led to much election-related mudslinging. She would lose her life during this to a stress-induced heart attack in 1828, which her husband attributed to the after effects of the campaign run. Which 7th American president was Rachel's partner?
John Quincy Adams.
Come again?
John Quincy Adams.
Not Adams. Gilles?
Madison?
Not Madison. Prasanth? Passing to Rajeev.
Not sure. Passing.
Passing. So this is Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson. Yeah.
Jackson.
Second question. Polish writer Stanislaw Lem's 1961 novel about an extraterrestrial intelligence which takes the form of a vast ocean on the titular alien planet sees the protagonist Kelvin confronting memories of his dead lover. It has been adapted into 2 prominent movies, one by Andrei Tarkovsky in 1972 and the other by Steven Soderbergh in 2002. Which work is this, whose theme emphasizes the limitations of human rationality?
Solaris?
It's indeed Solaris, latter having
Lovely answer. Lovely answer.
Yeah.
Lovely answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gilles' questions. Celebrated on March 14, White Day in Japan sees men reciprocating the gifts given to them by women on February 14. Such gifts are divided into giri or obligation or honmei, which is true feeling, depending on the feelings involved between the parties. What specific type of gifts are giri and honmei different kinds of?
Flowers.
10 seconds. Yeah, Gilles.
Flowers.
Not flowers. Prashant. Passing, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. Rajeev.
Is it handkerchiefs?
Not handkerchief. Shamarda.
cherry blossoms?
Not cherry blossoms. These are chocolates. These are chocolates that have been gifted. Gilles' second question. This word, first recorded in the 1590s book Choice of Valentines, does not have a clear etymology. Some suggested origins are the Italian word for delight, English diddle, or that it was just a nonsense word used in ballads and plays in place of obscene ones. What word?
Orgasm.
Not orgasm. Prashant? Passing to Rajeev.
Passing.
We'll have to pass you. Shamarda?
Pass.
Okay, this is the word dildo that comes from this.
Dildo.
Yeah, dildo is the word. Prashant's questions. Prem Jogan Banke Sundar Piya Ore Chale. Becoming a priest in love, she walks towards her charming lover. This is what Tansen is heard singing as Salim caresses Anarkali with a feather in the Mughal Azam scene, often called the most romantic ever in Bollywood history. Which great singer, often designated as older to distinguish him from other singers of the same name, provided the voice of Tansen? It was the only movie in which he sang. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, not Mukesh. Passing on to Gilles. Passing to Rajeev.
This is Bare Gulam Ali Khan.
Yes, Bade means older. So Bade Ghulam Ali Khan. That's a good get there. Prashant's second question. The word aphrodisiac comes from Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Appropriately, which aphrodisiac features prominently in Botticelli's Birth of Venus and is the source of the painting's alternative title? The scientific explanation is that nutritionally, these are high in zinc content, essential to testosterone production.
Apples.
Is it coming in?
Apples.
Not apples. Gilles?
Oysters.
Yeah, oysters will be acceptable. This is indeed clams or oysters and the oyster shell in which Venus is standing. Yeah, Rajeev does questions. One of the most famous St. Valentine's massacres in cricket occurred at Petermaritzburg in 2003. At the receiving end were Bangladesh, who were hammered by the opposing team by a margin of 10 wickets, which left-arm seamer set the scene by picking a hat-trick of the first 3 deliveries of the match. 10 seconds.
I can't recall the match. I would say Chaminda Vas maybe.
This is indeed Chaminda Vas, who
Oh,
got
lovely.
8 wickets for Sri Lanka. A good get there. Your second question, Rajeev. Initially developed by a Japanese company for relieving tension in sore muscles, this item instead became the most recognizable sex toy on earth after its usage on Sex and the City. Though the parent company once feigned innocence, its tagline today is powerful penetrating vibrations. What is its innocuous two-word name, or which company is this? Ten seconds.
Something vibrator.
I need an answer. I have to pass you.
Passing.
I'll pass to Prasanth.
Hitachi.
Yeah, Hitachi is correct. Or this is the magic wand by Hitachi. So that was the product. So we done with 5 rounds here. Samrat on 8, Gilles on 3, Prasanth leading with 10, and Rajeev on 7. Yeah, very close there.
Central, can you give me 1 minute? There is
Sure.
something. 1 minute, huh?
Sure. Let's just take a minute pause.
Ah.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
So we'll start round 6 with Samrat's questions. In September last year, nearly 2,500 of what source in powdered form of aphrodisiacs were destroyed in the first ceremony of its kind in Northeast India as part of an anti-poaching drive. The ceremony took place in Boka Ghat near the UNESCO-listed Kaziranga National Park.
The rhino horn.
Yeah, this is indeed the rhino horns. Yeah, sad event there. Samrat, second question. On Valentine's Day 1966, which Big Dipper broke the all-time NBA scoring record? He took the crown on this day, scoring enough to edge past the 20,880 points previously scored by Bob Petty. Standing at 7 feet 1 inch, this person played for the Harlem Globetrotters, the Philadelphia Warriors, Philadelphia 76ers, and the LA Lakers.
Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, that's indeed Will Chamberlain. 2 on 2 there for you. Gilles' questions. Arkia the Dranakya, or wife, fear being love, proudly proclaims anarkali to a visibly unsettled Emperor Akbar in Mughal-e-Azam. As the courtesan dances, the camera moves to reveal that the performance is taking place in a room of what kind? While the set in Mughal-e-Azam is modeled on the one at Lahore Fort, one of the most widely visited such rooms is at the Palace of Versailles.
Hall of Mirrors.
Yeah, so Hall of Mirrors is correct. Good get there, Jayan. Your second question. Based on Philip K. Dick's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which 1982 movie explores the relationship between a bounty hunter tasked with retiring androids, replicants, and one of those androids, Rachel? A sequel to the film, helmed by Denis Villeneuve, was released in 2017.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, it's indeed Blade Runner. 2 on 2 again. Prashanth's questions. First identified by Peter Carlson and Martin Luscher in female silkworm moths in 1959, it was soon found that these secret or excreted chemicals play a major role in sexual attraction among many living organisms, though studies have not been able to identify such use in humans. They are commercially used as perfume ingredients and for pest control. What are we talking about? Again?
Pheromones.
Yeah, pheromones is indeed correct. Yeah, the voice is coming a little muffled there. Good one there, Prashant. The second question. Antinous was a Greek youth from Bithynia who had a relationship with the Roman emperor while visiting Egypt in the year 130. He drowned in the Nile. Which of the 5 good Roman emperors and successors of Trajan is this, who then went on to proclaim Antinous a deity?
Julius Caesar.
Not Caesar. Shamarda.
Pass.
Passing to Gilles.
Adrian.
Hadrian is indeed correct. Yeah, that could get there.
Adrian.
Rajeev does 2 questions for round 6. This coast's colorful villages, crystal clear water, and rugged shoreline help make this part of Italy a one-of-a-kind honeymoon destination. What is the name of this coast in Campania that is known for its production of limoncello liquor?
This is,
Seconds.
can't remember, man. Shit. This is
I'll have to pass you, Rajeev. Shamarda.
Capri.
Not Capri. Prasanth.
Tuscany.
Come again?
Tuscany.
No, not Tuscany. Gilles.
Pass.
Passing. This is the Amalfi Coast.
Amalfi.
Coast. Yeah.
अरे
I just
hard
won't,
luck.
I just won't
Onyx
remember.
my हो जाए brain fade हो जाए. You can't remember.
Bad like that. I think we've all been
I've
there.
been planning for shit. What a bad miss.
Rajeev, the second question. The Qixi festival celebrated in China commemorates the love story of Xinu and Niu Lang, represented by the stars Vega and Altair. According to legend, what silver river are the lovers separated by? They're allowed to cross it and meet only once a year on a bridge of magpies on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month. Seconds.
So they're separated by moon rays or moonbeams.
Okay, passing Shamarda.
Yangtze River. Yangtze can.
Not Yangtze. Gilles.
Pass.
Passing to Prashant. Passing. So this is the Milky Way. This is basically the Milky
you
Way.
were on the right.
Yeah. So we're done with round 6. We have scores of Shamarda on 6, 10, Gilles on 6, Prashant on 11, and Rajeev on 7. Still very close there. And yeah, starting with Shamarda for round 7. The common name clap for which specific STD comes from a medieval red light district in Paris called Les Capières, rabbit holes, referring to the small huts where sex workers plied their trade. The STD derives its name from the Greek words for seminal flux.
Is this gonorrhea?
This one is indeed gonorrhea.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think it's been a pattern. I think our game also had someone guessing gonorrhea. I think I guessed gonorrhea of the previous question as well. So this one is indeed correct. Shaman, the second question. Stan Lee claimed that his wife, Joan, was the inspiration for Gwen Stacy, the love interest of which Marvel Cinematic Universe superhero? In the original comics, Gwen and the superhero were undergraduate classmates at Empire State University, while in the comics, as well as movie versions, she is killed by the father of the superhero's best friend.
she's killed by the father.
Ten seconds.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Gilles?
Spider-Man.
This is Spider-Man. Yeah. And so Mary Jane Watson, this is Gwen Stacy, the other love interest. Gilles, your questions? Yeah. In return for helping him thwart the invasion of the Mughal army, Rajput Maharaja Chhatrasal gave the hand of his daughter to Maharaja Maratha Peshwa Bajirao I. Though she wasn't crowned the queen, the love would turn into the stuff of legends. Who was this daughter of Chhatrasal who died by consuming poison after her husband died of a sudden fever?
Pass.
Passing to Prashant. Prashant?
No.
Passing. Rajeev?
Is it Padmini?
Not Padmini. Shamarda?
Mastani.
That's
Mastani.
Bajirao. This is Mastani. Yeah, that's indeed a
Hey,
good get there. Yeah. So, Gilles' second question. On the first day of the 1994-95 Ashes series at the Adelaide Oval, a group of English cricket supporters ordered 50 shirts saying something that referenced then captain Michael Atherton. By the end of the tour, 3,000 of these had been purchased. This test is often cited as the catalyst for the formal establishment of which famous fan group?
Pass.
Passing to Prashant.
Wrong.
That is indeed the Barmy Army. Prashant, your direct questions now. Dealing with blame after her ex-boyfriend, with whom she had earlier released The Way and Into You, died of an overdose in September 2018, which singer referenced him on her 2020 album Positions and may have lent uncredited vocals to his posthumous album Circle?
Ariane Grande.
Come again?
Ariane Grande.
Yeah, is indeed Ariana Grande. Good get there. Your second question. What is a common name used to refer to all 9 species of the genus Agapornis? These small African parrots with colorful plumage derive their endearing name from the way they sit together in pairs, hop and play around all day long, making for an affectionate demonstration.
Lovebirds.
Yeah, this is indeed lovebirds. Rajeev, are your questions? The name of which aphrodisiac is considered to be derived from the act central to its cultivation and not because they are bedded in hay or fodder. Name designates the spread of the plant's runners, slender tendrils, which appear to be straying everywhere in an unchecked field.
Passing, no guys.
Passing to Gilles.
Pass.
To Prashant. Pass. Passing to Shamarda.
Pass.
So from hay or fodder, you get straw. So strawberries. Strawberries.
Oh.
Yeah. Largely the second question. The 2013 Spike Jonze movie, Her, centers around Theodore Twombly, played by Joaquin Phoenix, who develops a relationship with Samantha, an AI with a female voice. Which actress voices the AI? She has also had a reputable music career on the side, including collabs with David Bowie and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Seen it, I don't remember actually. Who was it?
10 seconds.
Drew Barrymore.
Not Drew Barrymore. Gilles.
Pass.
To Prashant.
Yes.
Passing to Shamarda.
Pass.
Passing. This is Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. We're done with 7 rounds. The last round to go. We have Shamarda on 12, Gilles on 7, Prashant on 14, and Rajeev on 7 as well. We'll start with Shamarda's last 2 questions. Males of which species of birds, the only family in the order Columbiformes, help their female partners incubate, tend to stay with the same partner during mating season, and thus symbolize monogamy and loyalty in relationships. Their lovey reputation in myth goes back to Aphrodite, often depicted with these birds fluttering around her, resulting in multiple medieval love potions requiring the bird's heart.
Eagle.
Not eagle. Gilles.
Dove.
Yeah, lovey-dovey, the hint there. So yeah, this is dove. Good get there. Shamarda's question. Yeah. The unprecedented atmosphere in the Borussia Dortmund stadium is switched on from the heart of the South Stand. Here you can count on deafening noise, tifos, songs, large flags, bratwurst, and beer. But what is the nickname for this grandstand and thus for the supporters in it? German or English name will do.
It's the wall, right? They call it the wall.
Prompt you.
The okay. No prompt, right? Okay.
I prompted you. Yeah, then you can.
Oh, prompt. Oh, okay. The standing wall.
I'm afraid I have to pass you, Prashant.
Okay, yeah, it's okay.
The yellow one.
The yellow wall is correct. I was looking for
Yellow
yellow.
wall. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, no,
if,
no, it's fine.
if it's any consolation, even I made the same mistake. I said wall and I passed. So yeah, that was okay. Yellow wall is the answer we look for. So
Nice one, Prashant.
Gilles'
Yeah, nice one.
question there. Completed in 1793, a masterpiece of neoclassical sculpture by the Italian Antonio Canova depicts two mythological lovers in a tender embrace. This sculpture, which Greek goddess of the soul, has recently been revived by Cupid's kiss after falling into a deep sleep.
Psyche.
Yeah, Psyche is indeed correct. Your second question, Gilles. Which former member of the girl group Fifth Harmony recorded the song I Know What You Did Last Summer with Shawn Mendes in 2015, years before collaborating with him again on the Grammy-nominated 2019 duet Señorita? After the 2-year-long relationship ended, Mendes released It'll Be Okay in January 2022.
Camila Cabello.
Yeah, Camila Cabello is correct. Prashant, your questions. It was originally named Amun is Satisfied, but later changed to Effective for the name meant the beautiful woman who has come, and she was by all accounts an equal to her husband in matters of state. Name either member of this power couple responsible for the shift from polytheism to worshipping the sun disk in ancient Egypt.
Akhenaten.
Akhenaten or Amenhotep IV or even Nefertiti would work. Yeah,
Nefertiti was okay. Okay.
Nefertiti was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Either would have worked. Would get there, Prashant. Released in 2015, this unique sex toy, the Sex Blank Blank, combines a vibrator with an extensible and extensively used technological innovation. This toy aims to provide voyeuristic pleasure to long-distance couples. Spin the Blank with the other innovation also banned at several theme parks over safety concerns and at the Palace of Versailles over concerns regarding damage to artworks. 10 seconds.
Smartphones.
Not smartphones. Rajeev,
Is it selfie sticks?
yeah, selfie stick is what we're looking for. Yeah, selfie stick is correct. Yeah. Okay. Last two questions of the quiz. Here's for you, Rajeev. In 1900, the heir presumptive to the throne of the Austro-Hungarian Empire controversially married Sophie Chotek, a woman from a non-dynastic rank. In 1914, both were assassinated by a 19-year-old rebel, with the husband's apparent last words being, "Sophie, Sophie, don't die, live for our children." In which city did the lovers die together, an event that triggered the July crisis? Seconds.
I can't remember. So I would say Budapest.
Not Budapest. Samantha?
Sarajevo, right?
Sarajevo.
Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Ferdinand. Wow.
Gabriel Princip was there.
Gabriel
So,
Princip, Sarajevo.
Sarajevo is
Triggered
correct.
World
The
War
last
I.
question of the quiz for Rajeev. This famous late 19th century sculpture, part of the monument to the Gates of Italy, was originally titled Francesca da Rimini. It depicts the 13th century Italian noblewoman immortalized in Dante's Inferno, who falls in love with her husband's young brother Paolo, but is later killed along with him. Which sculpture that is named after the activity depicted by which artist is this?
Sorry.
Artist?
Rodin, is it?
Yeah, and yeah, go ahead.
Two part acha na?
Two parts.
Okay, just a moment. Okay. So let me read. And it depicts which falls in with this which sculpture so one is Auguste Rodin and the other one is
We'll have to.
Gates of Hell and Rodin. No, sorry, I don't know.
Okay, moving on to Gilles.
Pass.
Passing to Prasanth. Passing to Shamanta.
No idea. Thinking man.
Oh no,
It's a
this is the
woman.
Kiss by Rodin. This is the Kiss
Ah.
by August Rodin.
Well,
Bad luck there, Rajeev. And yeah, so that's the end of the quiz. We have the scores: Shamanta 13, Gilles 10,
Well done, everyone.
Winning with 16,
Close
and
tight
Rajeev
it
with
was.
8.
lovely,
Yeah,
lovely,
good
lovely
game.
quiz.
Yeah,
Sounds
Gilles
very-
really made a surge at the end. I thought he
Yeah.
came to take away.
Valentine
Yeah, he
theme
was.
team there by the FLQL people. So it's a very nice team. So please don't share the theme with anyone yet. So
Yeah, it's a very nice team. Yeah, a lot of love.
Good stuff, everyone. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, it
Central.
was a good
Really
game.
nice. Good fun.
Central,
Yeah.
would you want to
Thanks
read
for-
out the last three questions? You know,
Sure, I'll just read out as well. So first thing being, I just pasted in. I'll just read them out. So it's my phone. First of the three spare questions. While this musician couple's first collaboration was in 2002, the year after they began dating, their most iconic duets are "Drunk in Love" and the Grammy-winning "Crazy in Love." Despite her references to his supposed infidelity in 2016, Lemonade, the pair welcomes twins in 2017. Name the wife.
Beyonce.
Yeah, this is indeed Beyonce. Jay-Z. One of the myths explaining bright red splashes around this bird's face is that it tried to pluck the thorns, seeing the figures of Jesus at the crucifix, and some of Jesus's blood dripped onto the bird's head. Multiple Renaissance art depictions of Jesus and the Virgin Mary featured the bird, symbolizing this future role. Which bird seen on most covers of a Pulitzer-winning 2013 novel?
is it the red-breasted robin?
Not Robin.
I don't know.
The
This
Gold
is-
Finch.
The goldfinch, yeah. Donna Tartt's book, The Goldfinch. Yeah, that's the bird.
Oh, gold.
And the last question, in the wake of modern research, which historically pervasive aphrodisiac known as sparrowgrass in Shakespeare's time still hold up as a superfood? Held in high esteem for sexual enhancement, this vegetable reigns supreme in the pantheons of aphrodisiacs, notwithstanding the side effect of strong smelling urine.
Garlic.
Not garlic. This is asparagus. Asparagus,
Yeah,
which is
oh,
considered
That
that.
was my second guess actually.
Good stuff, everyone. Have a good rest of the weekend. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks for reading.
Yeah,
Good
thank
game.
you.
Chalo. Thanks. Well done, Prashant.
Yeah.
Chalo. Bye. All the best, Jael.
Yeah.
And